Good morning, everyone. Today we have a special interview for a position in our international team. The idea is simple. I want to know not only your skills, but also how you think, how you communicate, and how you handle everyday situations. First of all, I would like to introduce yourselves. Tell me a bit about who you are, where you come from, and what drives you. You don't need to be perfect. I want to hear your truth.
Good morning. My name is Mark. I am 32 years old and have been working in sales for 5 years. What I like most about my job is the contact with people, understanding their needs and helping them find the right solution. I believe that each client is unique, and that's the part that motivates me: listening, adapting, solving. Outside of work, I really enjoy technology and reading about business. I believe that knowledge is the key to growth, both professionally and personally. I am here because I feel it is time to take the next step, to challenge myself in a larger, more diverse team where I can learn even more.
Hello, my name is Lisa. I am 24 years old and graduated in marketing last year. I don't have as much experience as Mark, but I am eager to learn. During college, I participated in various volunteer projects, helping small NGOs communicate better with their audiences. It was there that I discovered my passion, using creativity to connect people and ideas. I consider myself a very organized person. I like to plan, think about the details, and ensure that each step makes sense. But at the same time, I know I have a lot to live and learn. I came to this interview not only to show what I already know, but also because I believe this position can transform me, give me the chance to grow, and truly contribute.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Lisa. Two different trajectories, but equally interesting. Now I want to propose something more realistic. I don't just want to hear about your strengths as a list. I want you to show me in concrete situations. For example, imagine you are in an important project and suddenly an unexpected problem arises. It could be a dissatisfied client, an impossible deadline, or even an internal error that compromises everything. Mark, I want you to tell me how you would react to this situation. What would you do to handle the pressure and at the same time maintain the team's confidence? Lisa, shortly after, I want to hear from you. I want you to show me how your way of thinking and acting can bring creative solutions in a moment of crisis.
If I were in this situation, a dissatisfied client or a tight deadline, the first thing I would do is breathe and listen. Often, people just want to feel that someone is really paying attention. So I would let the client speak without interrupting, taking note of each important point. Then, I would show that I understood the problem by repeating it in my own words. In the second step, I would look for quick solutions that could alleviate the situation. Perhaps a concession, or maybe an internal reorganization to speed up the deadline. And at the same time, I would call the team and speak transparently. We have a problem, but we will solve it together. I believe my strong point is precisely this: staying calm under pressure. I don't let panic take over. I turn the crisis into an opportunity to show confidence and responsibility.
I don't have Mark's experience, but I believe this gives me a fresh perspective. If something went wrong in a project, my first reaction would be to seek new ways to resolve it. I know that when we're under pressure, it's easy to repeat the same methods, but sometimes the solution is out of the box. For example, if a client were dissatisfied with a marketing campaign, I wouldn't just insist on changing the details. I would try to understand the emotion behind the dissatisfaction. What did they really want to feel and didn't? From there, I would bring creative ideas, perhaps even improvising a quick prototype or a sketch of something new to show that we are willing to innovate. My strength isn't experience yet, it's creativity. I can look at the problem and think, okay, this didn't work, but what if we tried it this other way? I believe that crises are gateways to new ideas, and that's what I would bring to the team.
Interesting. Two different paths. Mark bets on calmness, security, clarity of processes. Lisa bets on creativity, a fresh perspective, the ability to reinvent what seemed lost. And this is precisely the beauty of diverse teams. One holds the foundation, the other opens new possibilities. Together, they complement each other. Now I want to ask perhaps the most difficult question of an interview. What are your weaknesses? And I'm not asking to hear ready-made phrases like, I'm a perfectionist or I work too much. I want you to be honest. I truly want to understand, where do you feel you need to grow and how are you dealing with that? Mark, let's start with you.
I think my biggest weakness is that sometimes I try to carry the world on my own. I have this urge to want to solve everything quickly, not to ask for help, to show that I can do it. But in the end, it leaves me exhausted. There have been times when I've taken on more tasks than I could handle and ended up running late. I'm learning that leadership is not being the hero who does everything, but someone who knows how to trust the team. It's a process for me because I grew up hearing that a man has to be strong, that he can't fail. But today I see that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of intelligence.
I am afraid of not being enough. Being young and having little experience, I often feel insecure, thinking I don't have as much to offer as someone like Mark. This makes me doubt my voice. I've avoided sharing an idea in meetings because I thought no one will take it seriously. But I've realized that when I finally do share, the team often likes it, even gets surprised. So I'm trying to change this. I'm learning to trust myself more, to understand that being new doesn't mean not having value. My weakness is insecurity, but it's also what makes me study more, prepare more, and maybe that's what sets me apart.
Do you see what happened here? Mark, your weakness is wanting to always be strong, to carry everything alone. Lisa, your weakness is feeling too small, doubting your voice. And both of you, deep down, are dealing with the same ghost, the fear of not being enough. One tries to prove this by doing everything, the other by staying silent. But the truth is that teams don't need perfection, they need people willing to grow. And you both have shown exactly that. Mark, I want to put you in a real situation. Imagine that an important client is furious. He says the product doesn't work and threatens to cancel the contract. What would you do, step by step, to handle this moment?
First, I would remain silent and let the customer speak. Anger often stems from the feeling of not being heard. Then I would show that I am really paying attention without interrupting. Afterwards, I would repeat in my own words what I understood. So you are frustrated because the product did not meet your expectations. This shows empathy and builds trust. Next, I would apologize, not as a formality, but sincerely. I am sorry this happened. And then I would look for immediate solutions. Perhaps quick technical support, maybe a replacement, depending on the situation. Finally, I would personally follow up until the problem is resolved. Because in the end, the customer doesn't just want a solution. They want to feel that someone truly cares. That's my way, turning a crisis into an opportunity to build loyalty.
Thank you, Mark. Now, Lisa, I want to propose something different for you. Imagine that your team needs to launch a new marketing campaign in just 3 days. Time is short, the budget is tight. What would you do to create something impactful, even with limited resources?
I would start by asking the team to focus on the essential. What do we want the customer to feel with this campaign? When we have little time and money, we need to be clear in the message. Then I would seek inspiration from simple and accessible references, social media, ideas that have already worked in other areas, even memes that connect with the audience. I would make a quick draft, a prototype, and show it to the team immediately, no waiting for everything to be perfect. And lastly, I would listen to the team's feedback and make adjustments. I believe creativity is born from limitation, and when time is short, it's precisely the pressure that can give us the best ideas.
See how interesting it is. Mark responds to pressure with calmness and method. Lisa responds to pressure with innovation and improvisation. Two different styles, but both valuable. This is what makes a team complete, a balance between stability and creativity. And for those of you watching, this is the lesson. There is no single right answer. What matters is showing who you are, how you think, and how you turn difficulties into opportunities.